was a gorgeous day in the neighborhood. Can you tell where we're hanging out? Well, we're hanging out in our backyard, and it's Angelica and I. And we're actually not just hanging out in our backyard, we're hanging out in the
trampoline.
And Angelica's had a pretty good day jumping on the trampoline. And what else have we been doing?
We've been learning about closed questions, open questions, and alternate of choice questions.
So that's something I certainly didn't learn when I was 9 years old, and it is something you learned today, isn't it?
Yep.
So she thought it would be kind of fun. Angelica thought it would be a hoot to teach others. Maybe you already know this, or maybe you can learn a thing or two. And so what did you learn today about a closed question? What does that do?
A closed question is when you only get one. And you only get like one word. Like you could say, "Do you like a cat? Do you like cats?" And then you could you would say yes or no. So you don't have like it ends the conversation.
Yeah, there's kind of it's the end of the conversation, right? Unless that person that you've asked the question to decides to engage further, you've kind of shortened it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of started this morning because we were having conversations that were kind of going nowhere, huh?
Yeah.
And so we thought this would be a fun time to get a handle on those kinds of things. And so what did you decide was a little more fun?
Open questions.
Open questions? And why are open-ended questions more fun?
Because you could say, instead of, do you like cats, you could just say, do you like cats and why?
Right, so then that would engage the conversation further, and then you'd actually learn something. And you thought that was kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
So we even entertained or engaged in that kind of conversation when we were doing what this afternoon? Playing a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was neat too, wasn't it? So what are a couple of other examples, Angelica, of open-ended questions? What's another one that would even, just a couple of examples so that the person that's listening to us right now and engaging and commenting, and thank you so much for that. And because the sun's sharp in our eyes, I can barely see, right? So what's another example?
Do you like ice cream?
And what kind of question is that?
And why?
So she learned a trick today, which was really neat, something I had never ever considered, and that was if you start with a closed question, if you add the phrase "and why," you shifted it some, didn't you? And you actually got to engage in conversation, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot more fun when it's a two-way dialogue, a two-way conversation, than when it's one-way, huh? You didn't enjoy that much, did you? And then a great open-ended question might be, what do you like about hanging out in the backyard, Angelica?
That the birds are singing.
The birds are singing? What else do you like about hanging out in the backyard, Angelica?
It's a beautiful sight.
It is pretty nice, isn't it? We can show off all our nice trees. And then it's a ravine down there, but I don't think the camera will show that. Do you think?
No.
No? All right. And what else? What else is great about hanging out in the backyard?
There's a trampoline.
Oh, there's a trampoline. I thought the best thing about the backyard was I was in it with you.
That too.
That too? Okay. And so then you were talking about alternative choice questions. What does that sound like?
Do you like cats or do you prefer dogs?
Right, that would be an alternative choice. And which one did I ask you? Did I say, would you like to read your book before you eat or after you eat?
I said after because I need something in my belly before I start reading.
Right, and yet the great news is that it was still easy for you to choose to read your book, right?
Yeah.
And you're on a quest of reading how many books?
30.
30 books.
3 of these.
3 of those? All right. So if you have, and I know you do, an example of an amazing open-ended question, share that with us, because Angelica is in the process of learning what the best questions are, because she's decided she doesn't like having conversation that goes nowhere. So I know I don't either. So let's engage together. Share with Angelica. So on my Facebook page or on her mommy's, I'll make sure I tag her as well, Candace St. Louis, right?
Yep.
Because you don't have Facebook yet, do you? Not yet.
I'm only this old.
That's right. And that means not yet. So if you can share with her some great questions, and she'll post some too, right? You'll reply on my Facebook to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have an amazing evening, and thanks for joining us. Talk to you soon.